Well, it was announced today that Oklahoma is getting official visit this week, and it is one that wasn't on my bingo card, but after looking at him, it looks like we could try to reel this cat in because he's got some production, and there's a Zac Alley connection with this. I'm going to be bringing you this and so much more on this episode of Sooner Legends Podcast. Well, thank you for tuning in for this episode of Sooner Legends Podcast. I'm your host, Mike the Legend. And if you don't mind, if you're new to the channel and new to the family, please give me a hop down and hit that red subscriber button and turn on your post notification bells. That way you won't miss any OU related content or news like this that I will be uploading. Now, in the video, as you're looking at it, if you're on a computer, you'll see a watermark subscribe button down in the lower right hand corner. You can hover your pointer over that and you can subscribe. You don't even have to leave the video. Could you please give me a like and comment on the video and share it with your friends, because all that helps push the algorithm of YouTube, and small content creators such as myself, it helps out tremendously. Well, as I alluded in the video, we're getting official visit this week, and it certainly was not on my bingo card, and I didn't see this coming. However, it does have a connection to our defensive coordinator, Zac Alley, who came from this school where this guy's coming from. And this player that we're talking about is Chris Hardie, defensive lineman out of Jacksonville State. Told you there's a connection. Told you there's a connection with Zac Alley. Zac Alley was Jacksonville State's uh, DC. Now Chris comes to us. He's from Vincent, Alabama, where he played at Vincent High School, home of the Yellow Jackets. He is 6'2", 270 pounds, and they have him listed as an edge rusher. And while he played at Vincent High School, he started at two positions, running back and a defensive lineman. Now, as a running back, it his his sophomore year, he ran for 1,054 yards and 12 tutties, while amassing 53 tackles, 12 TFLs, and 5 sacks on the defensive front. And as a junior, he ran for 1,170 yards and 14 tutties. That is, that's wild, ain't it? But anyway, in 2023, which was last year, Chris was named first team All Conference USA, where he solidified himself as one of the top defenders in the league. He was the top pass rusher on one of the best pass rushing defenses in the nation. He started every game, and that was on the defensive front, on a team that leads Conference USA and 10th nationally in sacks, was the team leader in sacks with eight and a half, which also ranks 18th nationally. And also, my pen ran out of ink. I got it in my hand, so I'm going to have to go off of my other handheld computer here. He was also the Gamecocks leader in TFLs with 16.0, and which ranked 13th nationally. And he also had an interception that he returned for 58 yards for a score against MTSU, putting the come from behind win away for Jackson State. He was named Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week twice, after his performance against Eastern Michigan, and again after his efforts against MTSU. And against EMU, he had 5 tackles, including 2 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, 1 pass breakup to go along with his interception return, and also had 6 stops that included 2 sacks and 4.5 TFLs for a loss of 23 yards. Had a season high 9 tackles twice at Coastal Carolina, and at Sam Houston had multiple sacks 4 times. And it stated back in 2022, he started all 11 games as a defensive end, registering a career high 40 tackles. He set a single game high with 6 tackles in an overtime win over Kennesaw State, where he also forced his first fumble. He led Jackson State's defense with 5.5 sacks for a loss of 35 yards, racked up 15.5 TFLs with at least one in all game but 2 games. Led the Gamecocks to a 9-2 mark in ASUN Conference Championship in Jackson State's last season in the FCS. So, as I stated, Zac Alley was the defensive coordinator for Jackson State. And this guy announces he's going to visit OU. So this is going to be interesting. When I seen that he was making a visit, I was like, okay, let me check this guy out. Those production numbers alone, that's elite no matter where you're at. I don't care. Now, as far as his size, 6'2", 270 pounds, if we was to get him into OU, Smitty will feed him biscuits and gravy. I mean that metaphorically, but Smitty will feed him biscuits and gravy. He'll put on some weight, and he'll be with the big boys. But this, after reading his stats, this is somebody I'm going to that I like, and it looks like he could be in the rotation. I feel maybe not as a starter, but as a 2 or a 3. And what's impressive of all is he played 2 positions when he was at Vincent High School, running back and defensive line. So he's got quickness. You add speed to the defensive line, there you have it. And he also played basketball at Vincent High School. So he's a multi-athlete, and from what I'm reading, and from what I've researched on him, talent is dripping off of him. So with the Zac Alley connection, I almost think we're going to get him because Zac coached him, and we've all know what Jack State did last year. I mean, everybody's covered it. Everybody's talked about it. I don't need to talk about it, but that was Jacksonville State had one of the premier defenses last year. So we're stacking them. We're trying to stack them anyway. I hope we get this guy. I really do. Because we need that kind of elite talent on the defensive line this year to go along with Dominic Williams, G Baby, Ethan Downs, all those guys. So y'all hop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Do y'all want to see this guy land at OU? I sure as heck do. And don't forget to hit the like button on the way out, subscribe, and if you notice in all 4 corners of my video, if you've made it this far, I've got other videos that you can go back and watch. I appreciate everybody tuning in, subscribing, commenting, liking. I'm still at 406. Well, I lost one last night, but I'm at 406 subs. Let's grow this channel. Let's try to be the best we can be. Until next time, this is the legend. We'll see you on the backside. God bless. Boomer Sooner.